Hmm.
So, I mean, that's one of the bonuses of coming here in the first place. It's one of the few filling stations that are around.
All right.
I don't know.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to then talk with the, excuse me, guards about where the refilling station would be,
Hmm.
and to check with a person there to see if they had a person with a motorcycle that just went through there.
Okay. All right. All right. You check with the mechanics bay, which also does a lot of gasoline filling and charging of electronic equipment. And they say, no, no, the militia already came by here. Webb already asked us if she stopped in and filled up the vehicle beforehand, and we don't remember seeing her. So if she took any gas, she stole it underneath our noses, but we run a pretty tight ship here. We don't think that happened.
All right. So let's see, Logan. What would be any of one of these two things? Do you know of any other gas place that might be in the few mile radius around here?
Nope, we're the only ones.
All right. And the last thing would be I would need to know if there's any abandoned places that might be usually used as a chop shop.
Oh, shit. Chop shop. No, no, just you mostly get trees, a few villages. You don't get anything that has any sort of high-tech vehicle until you get way down south to New Lazlo.
Hmm.
But that's a long ways away.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Then, how? No, I wouldn't be able to relay information about this.
No,
All right.
no.
Even with walkie-talkies, they probably are off or.
Yeah, they're probably pretty far away now. You got about a 5 mile radius on them, but by the time you're done with this conversation and the speed of both their vehicles, they're probably already 5 miles out.
All right. From the time has passed, I'm actually going to check in towards Owl's area to see how he may or may not be coming along.
Sure. So what we'll do is we'll just do a few general search for a few. I'm gonna have both Mila and Tom give me a few D20 rolls, and the results I'll let you know, and then we'll have you. It'll probably be Patrick that comes across Al first. So, let's see here. Uh, let me just think of probabilities real quick in my head first. Okay, go ahead. Tom, give me three rolls. Mila, because of your uh, power armor and your greater range, give
Mhm.
me double that. Give me six D20 rolls, please.
Okay.
I'm waiting to see if you guys hit a specific number. Okay, okay, okay. All right,
Five,
okay.
six.
All right. So, how long do you guys really want to search for, do you think?
Until
Uh,
it's. Wait, what time is it currently?
I said his surgery would last until about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I said this happened a couple hours beforehand. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you head out for your search, around 3-ish. Sun comes down around 9:30, 10.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to stop
Yeah,
my
I'd keep.
motorcycle until 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say keep going until sundown if possible.
Wow. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Then why don't you guys give me a you know what? Let's double that. So give me three more rolls, Tom, and Mila give me six more,
Okay.
if that's a okay by you.
Let Tom go.
I'm just gonna do this.
Do whatever way you want, as long as I can
Yeah.
see them individually.
Mhm.
3d20.
Okay,
So
that
Oh,
works.
that's quicker.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah, so
do
there's
that.
60, 20. I can see the
D20.
individual ones. Yeah.
Boop.
yeah.
Okay. All right. You look high and low for any single sign of a rogue motorcycle. or anything suspicious. Since you're not checking down a usual trail or usual road or path, you don't see a lot of, actually, to be bluntly honest, you don't see any evidence of any vehicles passing through there from, what you can see. So at last, I gave you, it was all just based on random chance of just coming upon something.
Mhm.
But as the sun starts to set, you are frustrated to find out that you have not been able to track her down.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm sorry. So, as you cry, but
Mhm.
let's see here. Um,
May I spend the time waiting for Al?
yes, of course.
Two,
Mm-hmm.
if I know the model well enough, which I
Mm-hmm.
may or may not, because
Yeah, I think. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
all right, um, I would probably know general speed, miles per gallon,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. I can at least mark out a probable area in different regions.
Okay, excellent. So, you know what the best skill for that is? Math. So give me a math check, and I'll help you out here.
I make that. My math is an 80.
Wow. My
Math
math
is
is
84?
awesome.
It is. So while you're waiting for Al, you go through the specifics of the type of model around. You even calculate how much weight it might have, the range on the fuel of what he told you about, and you are able to track. You know that it would be a 200-mile radius. Okay.
Mhm.
Assuming that she's not going through a straight path, like a flat road, you can probably almost have that.
Mhm.
So you have now. Here, I'll just save the whole technical mumbo jumbo. You have mapped out a 50-mile radius to the southeast, where you think statistically possible, if she's anywhere, or evidence of her being there, would be in that 50-mile radius.
All right. I would also.
Here, in fact, I will go even more into detail. I'm going to just open up a new page here, and I actually have a special map of the area of like northern Michigan, a special like Rifty map.
Mhm.
And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to actually circle the area there for you. So give me a mo. Let's see here. Now, of course, now we can do the conscious Al in one of two ways. We can have an initial conversation with Al first gets out with Patrick, and then maybe a second group conversation for when everyone returns to Parents Post and you guys try to figure out what to do next. Does that sound like a good idea?
Well,
Mhm.
yes, but
Yeah.
one question. Because you
Yeah.
said Al would be able to move. He would be joining the search as soon as he is off the operating table. So
Okay.
if that's a possibility, because he probably just when he finds out, he'd probably don the power armor and go help. So
Okay.
can we do the when he wakes up with Patrick?
Yeah, sure. Of
Um,
course.
yeah, I would probably like to have this have the time allowed for her to travel to see how far she could have done until gas ran out, and then see how much it would have gone just by wheeling it by foot. Especially when we even got to the area, to even just kind of like move the circle a little bit to make sure that the search is a little bit more accurate, instead of just going like she would be here when gas ran out, instead of how like the timetable of like us getting there,
Okay,
things like-
okay, I gotcha. So make 2 circles. All right. Give me 2 seconds here as I just arrange this. Never planned any of this.
Yeah.
Woo! I love you guys. All I planned out was the beginning of the session, which was the ambush in the alleyway, and now this has become its own thing. I love it. Gonna have ourselves a little arc here. All right. My map's just uploading here. So, Al, why don't you and Patrick have that little convo?
All right.
If that's okay by you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. What's the time? Did he just get off
He's
the
at around 5, yeah, so it's like 5:15.
just get off the table?
Yeah, so to speak, yeah. Of course, Fincher has kind of done a debrief on everything, given the medications, told him no strenuous activity for at least a day, probably 2. Little does he know. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's done all that, and you're able to visit with your friends. So, yeah, it's around 5:15, 5:20.
Hey, Patrick, where are the others?
Ooh, well, they're long story short, they are searching for a missing motorcycle. Not ours. So two things are missing: motorcycle and the nice small lady that you encampment in the encampment area.
And I think Al's eyes would widen, and then his jaw would twitch.
So general assumptions are that she stole it. Nobody knows if she's done that, but what we do know is that we are held responsible for this man's belongings that have gone missing because of these assumptions, and we're currently looking for the stolen motorcycle.
I think Al would be quiet and like look very, very upset, and he would say, where's Mila and Tom?
Southwest in southwest.
Yeah, that's all you can really say.
Patrick,
Yes.
tell me you figured out where she is.
And I pull out I bring up on a small computer thing. I've marked it down to around here to here about how much time would be meant if we actually
also
left
map?
around. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we left now, we would probably be around the lower circle, but she's probably around here if she actually ran out of gas. In any particular general time, and I have zero idea where Tom and Mila might be.
Al would
General area.
touch his shoulder and say, "You're a good man, Patrick." And then he'd stand up with pain, and I'm gonna go get into the Titan flying armor. If you can, tell Perrin that any damages should be garnished from my wages for the traveling gang, so that it doesn't come off of anyone else's pay but mine.
Oh, I will do that, and I guess I'll join in if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. I'll be moving fast, but of course we'll stay in contact by radio. If you can, share the information with Tom and Mila. And then can I go ahead and just activate the radio comm for Tom and Mila?
You can. We're going to have to say you're going to have to fly around because Patrick gave you a general direction where they were. Now, your radios are pretty good. They have a good range. But I'm going to say, you guys, you have to fly around for about an hour doing certain patterns before you come within your frequency. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But then you'll be able to be communicative, definitely. Now, here's a quick thing. Patrick, are you just going to kind of follow along in your ATV as best as you can, staying within the radio distance?
I am most likely going to try to do that, but also have this sort of I'm going to either pan the left or right side of the circle while he does the other side. Just to...
And I would tell Patrick, be sure to use your thermal imaging. It'll be much easier to track her. She'll be hot. Her tires will be extremely hot. It'll be much easier to see than regular
hot
vision
right now.
through the camouflage forest,
Oh,
especially from high.
Another note, we should keep our eyes out when we're traveling down that direction. She may have crashed mainly because the bike has a kink in it, and will, if turned hard left, will stay hard left until done a very particular action. So she may have done
Okay.
that.
Thank you. And then and Al with some pain, but start trying to get into the Titan flying armor. And
Okay.
then, yeah.
Okay, so we have new information, obviously, thanks to Patrick's algorithm, let's just say, and Al getting thrown into this as well. We're gonna say, like obviously your roles still stick there, Mila and Tom, but we're not gonna end it at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. We're going to say those rolls lasted you until around 7 o'clock-ish or so when you get into radio contact with Al. All right? And Patrick in tow. So I'm assuming we have Tom and Mila who are relatively in the same area together communicating via radio, and Patrick and Al who once again are relatively in the same area communicating by radio. And you all can talk with each other. So before I don't even know if you guys want to converge or anything like that. We're going to continue to do some search rolls now with enhanced modifiers because you guys will be using thermal energy imaging. You have a more specific area to reach. You know what you're looking for, the whole shebang. But before we do that, there might be a conversation in here over the radio. There might not be. But there could be, and I'm leaving you an option for it. If you know what
Yes,
I mean.
there would be at least a basic conversation, yeah.
Sure.
As
You
soon
guys
as
have the
within
basic
range.
conversation while I
Yeah.
get water.
All right. Guys, this is Al.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
I'm sorry. This is my responsibility. I'm sorry to drag you guys into this.
Yeah, it is.
I will find a way to make it up to you, and thank you for helping.
Tom's gonna stay freaking silent. I'm sorry.
I'm just happy to get the old man's bike back, or at least trying to.
And then I guess we would just relay what Patrick found out, and then I would say try using thermal imaging. It'll help find the hot bike and the hot human, or not human, but the hot body
She's so hot.
more. And if you find
it's not
it,
even a human.
That's why he
Yeah.
corrected himself.
if you find the bike or her, of course, let us know.
Oh,
And-
you'll know. You'll know. It's fine.
Okay.
Mila just lets out a really drawn out sigh, like, fucking told you.
Yeah, yeah. Damn straight. Freaking-
Guys, you guys are being. You don't even know it's her yet. You guys are jumping the gun.
I thought you were supposed to be the smart one.
I am the smart.
Oh!
Then prove it. Let's find her.
I made a map and everything.
I love how Patrick's not in.
sticker.
Okay, you know what I love? I just gotta say this real quick, all right? You know what I love about you guys so much? Is that with any other player, even if it was set in character, people would take like offense. But I love that you could be snippy with one phrase and then like make a joke the next. Like it shows that like this is all just in character stuff, which is really interesting because I gotta say this is the first real tension the group has had. So I'm very curious to see the resolution of it.
I just like how Patrick doesn't take any offense to it. He just doesn't even realize that
know.
it's supposed to be
It's like a
insulting.
map and everything.
I am the smart one. You're saying that.
It's like each time Mila has been like the last few ones have been very snippy with my character, and my character is just not even noticing there's a problem.
Okay, so new roles for everybody.
You.
So, Tom and Patrick, I'm going to have you roll 4 times. Mila and Al, I'm going to have you roll 8 times. The advantage is because 1, both your power armors have thermal imaging, and 2, you have a height advantage. Holy poop! Okie dokie.
Wait,
Thank you,
I
Mila.
have I have thermal goggles too.
Oh,
Indeed.
you have
I also
goggles,
do
then-
that.
Yeah.
You all? Oh, okay. Then you and Piff roll 6, because
Oh,
they still get 2
awesome.
dices for the. Okay, there's that. All right. Okay. All right. Now this is interesting, because 3 of you hit the numbers. I'm going to. Oh, I know what I'll do. Oh, how clever I am! All right. We're
I
gonna do this-
bet it's 15.
Nope. No, you're very wrong. Actually, you're very wrong. Bad Piff.
He's
All right.
never wrong. He's the smart one.
I'm the smart one.
He drew a map.
I drew a map and everything.
Okay. All right. This is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be like a 3-pronged figuring out, and Inferno just has to put on his DM hat and figure out how to do this real quick. Okay. First, Al,
Mm-hmm.
you come across, you almost miss it because you're in your thermo imaging site. But sure enough, you come across a duffel bag, a green duffel bag, that's very, very out of place. It's through a clearing, and it's just cast aside on the ground. And if you land and investigate, you will find out that there are clear tire tracks going through the soft, mossy earth through that area, heading towards, like, directly to the west of where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fair to assume that you guys are working as a team and you are relaying information to each other?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, fair enough. I just wanted to make sure before I make these assumptions to continue on with this hunt.
I'm assuming they're not mixing business with displeasure.
Oh, God. All right, minus 100 experience.
Sunglasses.
All right. All right, so you relay the information, and Mila, you change your trajectory. Sure enough, you come across using your thermo imaging, you are able to find a large heat signature, which in further investigation is the motorcycle in question. It has tipped onto its side, and it is still running, which is, it's still sputtering, still idling, okay? There is no sight of an individual at all, but the motorcycle looks like it's done a little bit of damage. There's obviously some pockmarks on the ground where it's kind of impacted. You're assuming maybe it rolled on its side a few times, but obviously you're able to let everyone know where the motorcycle is. Tom,
Mm-hmm.
on your way to the coordinates that Mila, gives, saying that, oh, I found the motorcycle, it's over here, and everyone, I'm assuming, is kind of converging in that area. On that way, you decide to take just a quick detour, because in your mind, you're like, okay, well, if I was heading that way, and Mila was heading that way, and she came across that way, if I cut across to the south, maybe I'll come across something.
Mhm.
Sorry, I don't mean to put the thoughts in your head, but
Well,
that okay?
it stands to reason. That's how my character would
okay,
think.
good. All right, good. And sure enough, luck does come, and you come across the individual in question. She is trying to traverse a small river. She is wearing only her clothes off her back, the ones that she arrived in. She doesn't have any body armor on or anything like that. She's about halfway across the river and is kind of... let me just paint the picture a little bit clearer now. The river is probably about 20 feet wide, and the estimates is it looks pretty deep. She's up to the top of her chest in the water and is trying to swim across it. The torrent of the water isn't necessarily rushing, washing her away, but it's constant enough that she's clearly trying to swim against the water. And it appears that she's not the strongest of swimmers because it's taking her a lot of time to get there. You're probably a good 150 feet away from her at this point.
Okay. I will make it known to the rest of the party
Okay.
over the call.
That you found her?
What should I do?
Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Now, Mila and Al, you can get to where he is in like you guys are in fast fucking power armor. Oh my god, I forgot how badass this stuff is. Like seriously, you can get to where he is in like a minute.
Okay.
It'll take unfortunately Patrick, the map maker, probably closer to 5 because he has to go around trees and he's not quite as fast in his big ass ATV. But so that's your expected time. And if one of you wants to get between there, like, if there's something that's time sensitive, and we want to see, actually, you know what? Let's just make it quite clear. You guys can still communicate on the radio what to do next, but Mila and Al, give me a D20 roll to see who gets there first. Okay, so Mila will get there first, 15 seconds before Al does. Okay. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the conversation. Tom has communicated to you that you found her. And he says, what do we do now?
No, I asked, what do I do?
Yes,
now?
sir. Oh, what? Oh, you ask? Oh, like you're
yes.
asking them, what do you want me to do?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
If you don't mind, try not to let her know you're there until we get there in the power armor. That way there's no chance she can run from us.
Okay.
Are you
I'll
gonna
try
let her
and
go?
hide myself.
No.
Oh, my God. Oh, my. I do not like the sound of that no.
So long as you don't do anything stupid.
This is driving me nuts. What was the number?
What was what number?
It was 5. It was 5.
5?
The number,
Because-
yeah, thank you. It
yes.
was 5. Yeah,
The number was 5.
How did...
I didn't get it.
Yeah, no.
Actually, the range was between... the initial number was 5 to get when, like, Mila and Tom were searching for it. And with the thermal imaging, I made it between 4 and 5.
Okay.
Oh, so it was 2
I doubled the
numbers.
chance.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clever.
Because
I mean,
I was
that's-
just like, there's only one number that is 3 people. It's 15.
No,
Like
I
double,
wasn't
triple, quadruple checking in.
yeah. Anyway. Okay. So now, are you going to be so sure enough, she's distracted by trying to ford the river. That the sound of the terrain power armor and the Titan power armor, as they land, though, she's able to turn around, notice who it is, and she's clearly trying. Now she's like double speed. She's trying to get to the other side of the river. Now,
Okay.
obviously, you guys can land on either side, but what do you want your actions to be?
Can the power armor survive? Like, would water damage it or anything like that?
You can go in space in that fucker.
Okay.
You can go underwater. You can go
Don't
over
tempt
water.
me.
It is completely sealed.
I
Completely.
have something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
Please specify which side of the river you are landing on. Are
Oh,
you
here.
landing on my side or the side she is
You know what?
crossing over
Let's
to?
just do a cheap ass thing here, and oh god. Oh yeah, that's the river. It's in between there. No,
That's a big
no,
river.
second.
It's a good river.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna poop myself. All right. Just a second. I gotta just change this real quick.
Wait,
Map
do we have
and
to? Do we have to roll for that? I don't know.
Yeah, roll the poop yourself.
Roll to change diaper.
Let's hope they're wearing their brown pants.
Roll the change diaper. Okay.
Let's hope they're wearing their brown pants.
Unless I hope they're wearing their brown pants. Oh God, Deadpool. All right, fuck it. I was gonna just draw a little river and have your icons
I
on each
just took
side,
number
but screw
one.
it.
Nice.
All right. All right. So let's say okay.
Okay.
So the river is running north to south. Okay.